morning and happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us today here at the Onenie HQ for our live video here on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all those fun guys. I'm Natalie Berger, your host for today's show, and today we have a very special guest with us, Robert Adams, the CEO of Power Cars. Hi, thanks for joining us today. Tell me a little bit about Power Cars, and then we have a really great clip to play.
Cool.
Yeah, of us today. So, what do we have here?
Well, we're all about making your car ownership experience as soft, as friendly as possible. You know, one of the least favorite things for people to do, unfortunately, is to go to a car dealership. You know, and you hate anything that related to maintenance and service because you don't know how much it costs and the convenience and all that, and scheduling of that is just a nightmare. And we're all about making that tire experience easy and friendly for us. You know, we want to be the Amazon of your car buying experience. 2 clicks takes care of it all.
Oh, I love it. To elaborate a little bit more on that, let's take a peek at this little clip we have for you guys today. All right?
Power Cars is changing the automobile ownership process, one happy customer at a time. With Power Cars, you can add $500 additional profit per vehicle in as little as 65 days. Wondering how? We make it easy for auto customers across the world to become car owners with just 4 clicks on their mobile app. Search, service, finance, and talk. Become a client today.
All right. Thank you for watching that lovely little clip we got there. Cute little animated guys right there. So let's dive in a little more. Just a quick little taste of what we have in store for this app. So first off, why is this app important?
Well, because owning a car now, it's just really too difficult and it's so inconvenient. I mean, it's archaic. And one of the things that we took inspiration from was all the little last mile solutions out there and how easy it was to get those power scooters. And like, man, wouldn't it be that easy? Great to just I can get my car. Wouldn't that be just that easy? Couple clicks, everything's taken care of. I'm off on my business. And that's what we really wanted to do. And so we talked to our dealers and we looked at our infrastructure and we really developed a comprehensive platform, end user, meaning you focused and dealer focused, to make that process as easy as possible for everybody involved.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So I can go into the app and let's say I wanted to get like, I don't know, a Spark. My friend just got a brand new Spark GM. It's super cute. So if I want to find that out, I can go on there and search it up and see what do I see when I look at the
So
car?
there's a couple things. So first of all, it's really dealer focused. So you get associated with a dealer and you can use that dealer's version of the app. It's branded for the dealer and you can search all it is available inventory. We've got a comparison shopping tool that allows you, and you know, when you're sitting down doing whatever, you can compare the pricing to other vehicles and you can get a really understanding what the market and how much everything's cost. You can look at all the different cool features, and there are a lot of services to provide a lot of that. But the real cool stuff comes when you actually get into the dealer and you actually purchase that vehicle. From then on, that same place becomes everything that you need to do in terms of getting that car serviced. So your first oil change, most of our dealers who sign up say, look, you use the app, you get a free oil change. Nothing wrong with that. So you can schedule your oil changes, you can get loaner cars, you can do all those different kind of cool things. You can get new insurance, you can get financing, all that you can be able to do through the app anytime, 24/7.
Oh, that's so amazing. So before we went live, we were talking and you thought you were a little bit inspired by a Super Bowl commercial here. You want to tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So it was the Hyundai Jason Bateman commercial where, you know, they go down to the elevator to different professions and even below getting a root canal at the dentist was going to a car buying. I thought it was hilarious, you know. But more importantly, but tragically, it's true. And we really want to take that fear and apprehension about going into a dealership away. You know, we want people to come into a dealership and feel good about the dealership, feeling, look, I know I'm going to get a good deal. I've got my app. It tells me I'm getting a good deal. Everything's going to be all ready for me. It's all super convenient. A couple clicks, I'm on my way. You know, just like everything else in my life those days. And that's where we allow customers and dealers to provide that kind of soft experience. In fact, we are even getting some dealers that are saying, you know what, I want to change that whole idea of a car salesman. I want a product specialist, someone who can help customers understand what they do with the vehicle more so than just trying to sell them a car. Because the app, you buy the car in the app, you go in the dealership to learn more about it or to get your questions answered that you can get directly through the app.
Oh, that's really, really great. And I wonder because I've got tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of apps on my phone. Like, you were saying earlier, we have like, the bird scooters downtown, and there's like another scooter company, and you have all those apps in one place. So, if my phone is filled up with all kinds of apps and other like car buying and car dealership apps, what makes your app stand out?
I'm glad you asked that. We call that app fatigue. You look at your phone now. No one envisioned that we would have, I think the number is like 4.5 million different apps available in the App Store and like 3.5 something million available in Google. It's just ridiculous.
It's wild. It drives me crazy.
Drives you crazy. And so what we see ourselves as being that one-stop app aggregator for your car ownership experience. So you go to this one app, the Power Car app, branded by your dealer, and everything that you need from parking solutions, from insurance solutions to financing solutions to getting your maintenance and service, even for like pimping out your ride and getting accessories on it, you can get from that one app.
Oh, really?
Yep,
I gotta get
absolutely.
some dice for my mirror now.
You can get your window tinted. You can get your car starter. You can get your new air dam. You can really do whatever you want all in that one app.
Wow.
And the way we're able to do that is that we have a patent pending technology that allows us to present other people's apps for you when it's relevant through our own infrastructure. So there's only one kind of, quote, app that you need to learn, and that's the Power Car app. And then when you need to go get your accessories, all the accessory companies will be able to get their app presented through our app. So it's really easy for you. One-stop shop.
That's so cool. So these, so Power is kind of the collector of other apps too. So are you able to tell us any sort of other apps we might find within them?
We
that
have
we might
all
already
kinds
know?
of plans in terms of partners that we're bringing on stream. Our big issue now is that we want to get it rolled out with the dealers. So once we start to get more through the dealers this summer, by the end of the summer, you'll be able to see your financing and insurance options available on there. By the end of the summer, actually a little sooner, all these different merchandising players, they're actually a little easier for us to bring in stream. So you'll see them as well. So hopefully we'll have additional announcements by the end of the summer of all the new partners that we have that you can now get through your Power Car app.
Oh wow, that's incredible. So what would make a dealer want to use this app versus what they're doing now? Because right now they can have someone, come in, they can look at the car like in person right then and there, you can talk to them in person right then and there.
For sure.
What do you think would attract a dealership to sign on with you?
Two things. One, customers that come in through our technology end up being happier. Okay. And more importantly, for the dealer's concern, I get them an extra $500 per car, guaranteed.
Oh.
Guaranteed. Our customers spend more. They're more informed shoppers. It takes you less to convert them into sales. They buy a different variety of different services, which dealers make money. I mean, there's no secret within the industry that dealers don't make money selling you a car. They make money from the insurance. They make money from the financing. They make money from the accessories. They make money from the merchandising and a whole host of other services they can get.
Okay.
Yeah, we call that F&I. And what we know with our dealers is that they make at least $500 more per vehicle using our tools versus anything they're using right now.
Oh wow, that's incredible. So is this going to be something that's cost efficient for dealers, especially at those little guys that are like used dealers? Is this something that is will be cost efficient for them because they make?
And that's another key point. I think you for answering. For us, we just didn't want to make this a solution for the big box stores, for the big franchises, the Fords, the Audis, et cetera, et cetera. We wanted to have a solution available for the small guy because right now the smaller dealerships are getting left out. The systems that are offered by the big players in the industry are way too expensive, upwards of $30,000, $40,000 a month for them. And your small corner lot just can't afford that. We can get a solution for them for as little as $500.
Oh wow, that's really actually super affordable for them. Hey,
So there's no excuse. Every dealership now can have their own branded app to work with their customers.
Oh, that's amazing. It's super nice to see other app companies and other websites and things like that trying to bring other small businesses and making sure small businesses get attention, because we have stuff like Amazon that starts to corner that market, and kind of put all those little guys out of business. But it sounds like your app is meant to help those little guys and kind of bring them all together and kind of give them some more business than they would have had before.
Absolutely. We put the smaller dealerships on an equal footing with the large dealerships in terms of the technology. So what's going to make the difference between their profitability and those who do well, be successful, is how well they take care of the customers. And from my perspective, that's the way it should be.
Wow. Okay. So I also I'm super interested in kind of wondering about the security behind these sorts of apps, because a lot of the things that we used to have to do, like by mail or in person, or even banking in general, all my banking is online now rather than having to go to the bank and do these things. And paying for things online these days just gets your information is I feel like it's much more at risk than it normally is. And it sounds like when you buy a car, there's a lot of personal information that needs to be given to the dealership. So how are you achieving that security?
Absolutely. So we started our company back in 2013, and we were working in the healthcare space. So from day one, we understood the need to protect your data, particularly your personal identifying data, social security, income information, all kinds of things that we have the ability that you need, to your point. And so what we do is that our proprietary technology allows us to collect all that data without us being able to see that.
So it's encrypted?
It's all encrypted
okay.
Encrypted in transit and in rest. So what that means is I can actually see the data that you're putting in there. The only people that can see the data are the people that you intended to see the data. And one reason that we're able to do that is that because we're a subscriber-based model versus an advertising-based model, I don't need to look at your personal information.
So you're not gonna. Can you explain what is the difference between advertising-based and?
Sure, subscriber-based. So advertising-based is that is what the most prevalent model that you see now, like what Google does. So anytime you go on Google, you search for anything, it says, Natalie's looking for a car. Well, let me show her a bunch of car ads. Or she's looking for shoes. Let me show her a bunch of shoes. Or it looks like she's shopping for Christmas. Well, she must be looking for all kinds of Christmas stuff. And so this is how you get targeted. In fact, you're getting hyper-targeted by the information they know about you as well as your shopping preferences of different things. That's an advertising-based model. So in order to do that, though, they have to look at what you're looking for. So they categorize, they search in terms of what you're looking at. Same thing with Facebook, same thing with those are all advertising-based models. And one of the big, I think, things that came out in recent days is that Facebook now has finally released their algorithm, or told us something about their algorithm of why you get these different targeted posts. And that's based because they're looking at what you're seeing. So because we don't advertise and the dealers pay for you to have access to Power Card, we don't need to look at your information. Okay? So we encrypt it right away.
Okay. So, that's excellent.
So unlike other platforms, social media platforms, they look at it. Sometimes it's anonymized. Most of the times it's not, depending on what they need to do. And then they may encrypt it. We do ours right away because we don't need to look at it.
Oh, that's really nice. So I'm also not going to see like a bunch of little pop-up ads in the corner.
Never.
And it's not. Oh, okay. Never. That's great. And it's not going to say, we noticed that you were looking at this other kind of car model or something. Here's another one, or here's some accessories you might like. Will it do that?
Yeah. The only thing that you're going to get is things prompted by the dealer based on your interaction with the dealer. It won't be from us, right? So I'll know things, or there'll be things running through the infrastructure that you don't. Only the dealer would know, and the dealer may respond in kind. If you tell the dealer that you're shopping for sex, well, sure, he's going to contact you maybe and say, hey, you should do something. But I'm not going to take your information because I don't have access to it, first of all, and give it to other dealerships. That's the whole point.
Oh, okay. I see. Great. So with the dealers getting on board here, can anyone sign up to be a dealership, or is it kind of through you guys directly? They have to be in contact with you directly. It's not like I'm going to go online and someone's going to pretend to be a dealer and try to sell me a car that's not real, or that'll all be...
it's all coming through the dealers, all licensed, state licensed dealerships that we work with. That's the only way you're going to be able to get the Power Card version of the app. It's through the dealer.
Okay, that's definitely. I was thinking about like Craigslist, the beginnings of the quote
Right.
unquote online car dealing. You have people that are trying to sell their cars, but their cars aren't like they're not as nice as the picture says they are, or it's just some person that's not a dealer at all.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. And
when it's
actually,
super open
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, no. It's only going to be to the dealers, and we're going to take some measures, to your point, to prevent people from posing as dealers, just so they can get a hold of the technology. We got some things we can do to prevent that. So
That's
it's only going to be from
excellent.
reputable dealers that are paying the subscription fee for you to be using that service. That this will be available through.
All right. You were the one that's designing the app too, not just the owner. Are you the owner of the app, or are you also designing it and programming it as well, or do you have
Yeah,
programmers?
I have a whole team behind me
Uh-huh.
that kind of works those kind of things with us.
Okay.
So we work collectively in terms of everybody gets to go talk to customers, everybody gets to talk to the end users, and then we debate it internally about what we need, and then then we come out with something and we try it and deploy it, and like, no, they don't like that. So that's the way our kind of product development process works. So we don't kind of do things in a vacuum. One of the things that was important to me when we started was that a lot of the development for your apps in general happens out west, particularly in a place called Silicon Beach, Playa del Rey. And it was important for me that we maintain a presence in the Midwest, and particularly in Detroit, because
Motor City.
Motor City.
This is who we are.
Right,
We love
yeah.
cars. This is moving the Motor City forward. It seems with
That's right.
apps and app development. So, can you actually let's talk a bit about just sort of your perspective and your opinion, just sort of on the is Silicon Valley coming to Detroit? Is this going to happen here? Do you think that there's going to be more apps and more programmers and all that super fun technology hub kind of thing happening here in Detroit?
So one of the things that's happening is that yes, there would be more of those type of activities here in Detroit. But frankly, I think that's simply because the industry as a whole is growing so large. So it's not like we're displacing organically what's been taking place in the valley for decades. No, never going to happen. And part of the problem that we saw in it is that it was important for us is that we all know the automobile industry is centered worldwide here in Detroit. And it didn't make sense for me, at least, to say, well, how am I going to develop something that I'm trying to service my customer, service the industry outside of where the action really is. I mean, literally from my office, I'm in walking distance to 3 major headquarters. So, I mean, it didn't make sense to me to say, oh, let's keep everybody out in Silicon Beach. So what's going to happen as for our company, as our marketing and operational center grows, it's going to be here, Detroit based. Yes, I've got assets in India. Yes, I have assets still out in Silicon Beach, but it's really going to be Detroit. That's going to be the center for at least our thinking. Now, for other industries, I don't think so much, but for us, certainly is.
Excellent. So, is pretty much all of your energy focused on Power these days, or do you have some other little offshoots or other apps that you're kind of in the midst of developing or that are kind of been out for a while?
Yeah, so we had other stuff. I mean, this is our pivot, so to speak, for us. We have a great nonprofit that we've started to help with the opioid epidemic and substance abuse that uses our proprietary technology to do that. So the foundation takes care of that. And outside of the work that I do to help the foundation do its things, is that I work on exclusively this. We had other older products that work in a variety of different industries. We still service those. But right now we're really focusing our energy on, quote, helping the foundation, the Power Foundation, but more importantly, getting the automobile power car going, because I think the timing for it's right. And if I talk to my more frustrated customer, I'm just going to take their phone, download it myself. So.
I know. I totally feel you with the frustration there, especially as there's so many options and it's so hard to, it's good to have options. Options are important rather than someone, just one person having control of the whole thing. So it's definitely a step in the right direction of spreading out the wealth, so to say, of dealerships. So another technology thing, because we really like talking about technology here at Onenie. We love our AI and blockchain and all that super fun stuff. So let's talk a little bit about the blockchain that you have going on here in cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So what we're doing is that we realize that it didn't make sense for the industry to have one person create another Google, so to speak, in terms of one company holding all the different information about all the mobility solutions and transportation solutions available. So early on, in our next release, we're going to have more of a distributed ledger technology. We're going to go to a blockchain technology where multiple people will have access, encrypted, of course, to the ledger. So it's not just one person controlling it all. And organically, as that grows and sees, there may be some sort of cryptocurrency develop out of that. We'll see. But for right now, we understand that blockchain technology is a way to add another layer of security and a way of decentralizing the control of all that information that's floating out there related to your mobility.
That's excellent. Let's maybe break down, because I know we don't always have tons of viewers that are like, what is blockchain? So maybe can you break down maybe just a little bit about what blockchain is for some of those folks?
Yeah, so, pretty much everyone's heard of Bitcoin. Okay, and the idea was that you're going to create a way of holding information, data, that no one person has at all. And yet you can have different people piece it all together and everyone have access to it. And by doing it that way, it was, one, more secure, and it was also faster in terms of retrieving the data. Okay, and that's what we're looking to do with our core technology in terms of making it blockchain. Along with that, they came out with this idea of doing a cryptocurrency using blockchain technology, where you could create a, quote, virtual currency using blockchain technology as a security and deployment backbone, and that could be used as a way of bartering or trading for goods or services.
All right.
Yeah, and so what we're doing is that we're moving our technology more to incorporate blockchain for that distributed ledger effect, and then we'll see what happens if there's some sort of utility token or token that comes out of the use of that. But that really, our industry people are going to determine that, right? The users themselves will, they organically will let that occur if it occurs. But our focus is on getting our app and infrastructure out there and getting in the hands of dealers and their customers.
All right. So for now, we can just expect to just pay with
For now.
good old
US dollars.
Good old US dollars.
With 2 clicks now.
With 2 clicks. Oh, I love it. I love that. Just 2 clicks and got yourself a brand new car.
You got
I
it.
love it. I love it. I'm gonna go buy a bunch of cars now. So what do we see for the future here with Power Cars and you and your company? What kind of things can we expect to see up and coming? So you say that it comes out this summer. Where are we gonna see it? Is it everywhere, or is it just kind of locally?
Yeah, so we've done a pre-launch in 2 markets: Detroit, got to start in the Motor City,
Of course.
and Atlanta.
All right.
Okay, and so that just happened April the 1st. So over the next 6 weeks, you'll be seeing more and more dealers offer, hopefully, Power Car apps to their dealerships in the Detroit area as well as Atlanta. There will be a national rollout toward the end of the summer, and then from there, we'll just see how it grows.
Oh, that's so awesome. So let's see. Is there anything else that we want to cover before we signed off for the morning here?
No, I think thank you for having me here. I really enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll do well.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. For everyone out there watching online, this is a very fantastic app that is coming out. So definitely go download. It is free, yeah? Free to download? Oh,
free from your dealer.
Free from your dealer to download. So go check that out. Put it on your phone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
I'm Natalie Berger. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, our Instagram page. Thank you, Instagram, for watching us too over here. And share this video, comment this video. And is there any social media we can find you at?
Yeah, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on all of them.
All right, sounds good. Just at POWA?
POWA.me.
All right, POWA.me. All right, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your week.